Hey Norbert, Nev Lapwood here from Snowboard Addiction. How's it going? Got a question here about methods and how to make them more stylish. Let's watch a clip, and I've got a couple of things that I can help you with. So we've got method here coming into a probably 30 foot, 25 foot jump. I'm going to watch it one more time because I actually think a method is pretty good, but I definitely have a couple of things you can do better. If I freeze frame that, you'll see right now, boom, method. This is actually a pretty good method. Most people are pretty stoked on this method, but you want to make it better? Here's the tips. Okay, with a method, right now, your same thing as that front board you showed me, is you're getting about 60, 70 degrees of rotation rather than 90 degrees. If you can get your board full 90 degrees, that's going to make your method look more stylish. So what I mean by that is that right now your board, oops, didn't mean to do that, sorry. Right now your board is kind of on this angle. We want to get it to basically be round more until it's really facing the direction you're going. Now, the key to being able to do this is to get your really good counter rotation. So if we look at as you're going off the jump here, right now as you're going off the jump, your upper body and lower body is very much aligned. If anything, I can see your back hand is kind of almost trailing forwards a little bit. So you've got a great exit. Like you're going off that jump well, you're balanced, you're stacked over the board, you've got the right speed for the jump. But if you want to get more counter rotation, the way to do it is to initiate a little bit. Now what I mean by that, I'm going to stand up to show you, is that from a neutral position, you don't have as much room to be able to counter rotate your body. So you can still counter rotate from a neutral position. I'm doing it right now. I'm counter rotating. But if you were to take off that jump and have your arms and maybe your shoulders and chest just a little bit back. So see how I do this? I'm still looking where I'm going, but my arms and chest are just that little bit back as I take off. Doing that is going to give you much more room to be able to get a lot more counter rotation with your board and lower body, which is in turn going to turn your method into a full 90-degree method. Okay, so try that at home. You can do it if you have a balance bar. You can use a balance bar. If you just have a snowboard, you can do it with a snowboard, or you can just literally jump it. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to start hands neutral. This is like you going off the jump. Neutral position, counter rotation. See that? Neutral position, counter rotation. But now I'm going to try this. Hands towards the tail, chest towards the tail, looking forward. And I want you to feel how much more counter rotation you can get. I want you to feel that through your body. It's the core muscles. If you're watching this, try it out. Hands back to the tail, jump, counter rotation, and back. Now the tricky thing is you have to go off the jump before you unwind that counter rotation. So you need to be actually going off the jump in this position. Now, a couple of other tips that are going to help. Okay, I'm gonna freeze frame it, well, for style especially, is that right now as you're tweaking that method, you're tweaking a method with kind of the balance over both feet. If you can poke out the back leg, so this back leg here, if you can poke this out towards, like extend that back leg, that's gonna give this whole trick more style. So what I'll do is I'll kind of show you a little bit what that looks like. So here I am, going off the jump, and instead of just rotating around 2 feet, which is what I'm doing right now, which is what you're doing, what you want to do is you want to rotate around the front foot and extend the back leg. So as you extend the back leg, you can extend your back arm, right? And it's kind of like a counter extension. It stretches out your body. So it'll look like this. Bam, and back. Extending out your right leg, extending out your right arm this way, grabbing that method, boom. That extension is going to give you a slightly more stylized method. And the last tip that will help with this is right as you're taking off the lip. Right as you're taking off the lip, you're using a very flat base here, which is usually what I do for most straight airs. But with methods, if you take off with just a little bit of toe edge, taking off on the toe edge can help with the counter rotation, and it can also help with that back leg extension. Just by having that little bit of toe edge, it allows you kind of kick that leg out. which I find especially useful on method jumps. Hopefully these tips have helped you. This is Neville Appert from Snowboard Addiction. Wait, I got one more tip. I'm sure you've probably tried this. But if you have one of our tramp boards and you have access to a trampoline, learning methods on a trampoline is like one of the best spots. You can really practice getting that full counter rotation, getting that leg extension. You can practice it over and over and over. I apologize if you've already done that, but that is one of the best ways to learn methods and really get good at the style of methods. Neville Appert from Snowboard Addiction. Our goal is to improve your riding.